Hello there. It's a little dark, but anyways, what I wanted to share with you all out there watching this video was some of the stuff that you can kind of take advantage of in terms of getting nutrition and just hunting around and getting kind of a familiarity with your surroundings. So I was going to just start right here in my backyard. And some of the things that I was going to point out were that's the fig tree right there. These figs are going to be ripening up, possibly an early crop in August, possibly a large, and then definitely a larger crop in the fall. I love those figs. They taste really good. Also, one little known thing is that there's actually a bunch of pine trees on the other side of this fence right here, and you got to be careful about not angering the state authorities about trespassing, because that technically is state land. But there's a bunch of pine trees right here, and those there's these catkins that kind of grow out. They look like, almost from a distance, they look like pine cones, but they're really these little things that release pollen, or tree semen, as certain people I know like to call it. And it pollinates the cones, the seeds in the cones, and the cones open up due to high heat, and then the seeds get pollinated, and then if you have a fire, you're probably likely going to see a pine tree sprout up. But anyways, I'm going to focus on the catkins and the pollen that they release, which is 2 or 3 days out of about a month during spring, probably during the early months of spring, about 2 or 3 days within that month of period of time, that like just drops masses of pollen. And then this pollen is essentially a superfood. It has plant steroids in it, plant-based androgens, or like testosterone type substances in the plant matter. It has selenium, it has zinc, it has amino acids in it. It's just chock full of nutrition. And they actually sell pine pollen on certain websites online, and these are just the type of nutritional benefits, nutritional availabilities that they tout on their website. And then these pine trees over here, I collected some pine pollen and I've been taking it. I feel fine. Nothing happened to me. I didn't die or anything, and I didn't get sick. It just tasted very bland, and I felt energized from it. So that's one thing you can take advantage of. You see a pine tree and it's spring, and you see all these kind of like finger-like things that are growing on there. And they start off as kind of like together, but they kind of project a little bit. Just tap on them, and they'll start raining pollen. If you put a piece of Tupperware underneath it, you can collect all that yellow dust and put it through a sieve or something to sift it. You can like get out all the extra debris and the little leaves and stuff. Also, you're gonna go over here and check out the garden. So right over here, we've got a little garden kind of growing. And you can see like there's basil over there, there's some lettuce, there's some mint in a trellis right there, there's tomatoes over there, there's strawberry growing over there, and then over there there's some herbs, some Italian oregano, there's some tea sage over there, I believe, and right down over here, which I'm going to walk to, it's pretty neat actually. There's a little herb garden that's going on over there. And you can actually collect this stuff and use it yourself. Right here we've got some rosemary, and that's really good. It's chock full of antioxidants. And then we've got some sage right here, and I think this is culinary grade, so you can just pick this and you can actually use it in your food. And then there's some aloe vera right there. That's another superfood. Has really good kind of goopy stuff in it. It just kind of doesn't smell or taste very good, but it's really good for, like, of course some of you might know, for burns, for sunburns, for itching, for open wounds. It has this goopy stuff in it that has lots of sugars, complex polysaccharides that are very beneficial for you. So you should try some of that stuff out. It's really easy to grow. Just go to like Osh or go to your Home Depot garden section and find some, plant it in your garden. It's very hardy stuff. Here's another fig tree. We got a bunch of them growing on here. There's some more rosemary. And there's some more herbs over here, I think. Here's some lavender we got. Oh my god, it's growing like crazy. And lavender, of course, is used very commonly in essential oils, very calming. Here's some more sage right here. You can just grow this stuff in your garden. And in addition to things like superfoods like goji berries, maybe in my last video, remember that you can have this herb garden, and there's a lot to these herbs actually, and you can actually submerge them in alcohol and extract alcohol-soluble components that are beneficial to them. So you should try that out. Those herbs aren't just there kind of sitting there looking pretty, and they aren't just stuff that smells good. You can actually work with it. And just do like a Google search on how to make medicinal herbal tinctures, and just take that stuff. As for, and here's another cool thing, there's a bunch of, all over there, down there, there's a bunch of pine trees, and those were just raining with pollen about 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, something like that. Another cool thing is that there's a lot of weeds growing out over there, and those aren't just all like kind of weeds that are randomly growing. Some of them are actually like dandelion root, and you can submerge that in alcohol and extract tinctures. The dandelion leaves, they actually sell at Whole Foods, and then those are just like a kind of a bitter type salad, and a lot of good stuff growing in it. There's also like some of the tall stems that kind of look like weeds. That's actually wild lettuce. You can grow that and just eat it. So there's a lot of interesting stuff out there that you can do some research on and test out. Of course, make sure you do some research and get some evidence supporting that this stuff is okay to just pick and eat, because you don't want to risk getting a tummy ache or having to go to the ER and getting your stomach pumped. So just be careful about that. Anyways, I hope this video is interesting, and this is kind of this more stuff that I do. So have a ball, and I look forward to your questions, comments, and anything like that. All right, take care. Bye.